Hello guys, we are back with a new podcast here, and today is I think the 10th podcast, and we have a special guest. It's not the usual girl, it's my flatmate. Do you want to introduce yourself by name?
Hello, I'm KUAI. I'm Tom's roommate, but I'm leaving now, so.
Yeah, so we had our best times as roommates already, and with Lang I want to talk about, and you're probably also pretty excited about it, animals. All sorts of animals, domestic ones, wild ones, savage ones. Humans can be included, what do you think? It's a broad topic, but I mean they're animals, because otherwise people may write in the comments in the future, like humans are animals, haha.
No one will watch our videos.
We peeped that out. So, do you have a favorite animal?
This is an interesting question. I think cats,
Why cats?
because I just feel they are so adorable.
Yeah, they're adorable, but in what sense? Because they're fluffy. Do you like all sorts of cats? Because they're really...
Yeah, I kind of like all kinds of cats. Of course, some cats looks beautiful than others, but
Yeah, our friend Lang here is from China, and you're telling me a lot of times about the cats back in Shanghai, like how your grandmother and how you're having them at home, and can you just tell a bit of these things?
Yes. At first, there was a homeless cat. She was just going to my grandmother's house, so asking for food. So we gave the cat food, and then she just stayed at our house and didn't leave. And then she got pregnant, which she gave birth to 4 little kittens. And then it was the happiest month in my life because of 4 little kittens. I love kittens so much. They're so cute. You really got me to have some.
Yeah, if you also like kittens, leave it in the comments below. But they're so cute, no? They're like as big as your hand.
Yeah, they're as big as your hand, and it's, I don't know, it's just give you the feeling that you are like parenting someone. It makes you really feel good.
I think you're really ready to be a dad.
Yeah, I would say so.
I would say so, but do they have fur already? Those kittens, or are they like
yes,
naked?
they had. At first they were like, their eyes were closed, and then after a few days they opened their eyes and
Aww,
something like this.
that's fantastic, and you can just lay on the bed and like cuddle them, have them all around you. Like,
Yes.
I think because there's obviously, at least for living in the city, always the question of if you're a dog human or a cat kind of human. I think if I had to decide, I would also choose the cat, even though I'm not a big fan of both of them. Like, cats, I think they can be cute, but they are like, you can't really foresee what they're going to do in the next moment. They're very driven by emotions. They're not rational behavior.
Yes, but they are cute.
They are cute. What do you think about dogs?
Yeah, I love dogs.
If you compare them, like, if you could decide if you wanna have forever a dog or a cat.
You know, it depends. I mean, sometimes it really depends. Like if you are going to an island and you will live there for your whole life, and then probably a dog is a good choice. But if you just want to have a family, and then maybe a cat can do all the things as well.
Yeah, what I think are what people are doing, like people living in the center, they're getting like a young family, a young couple. They're like planning to have a baby in the foreseeable future, and they're getting a dog to kind of simulate this situation when they would have a baby, because you have to take care about the dog. And if they buy like a baby dog and it's raising, it's kind of practicing having a baby.
Yes, it could be also a good choice.
It could be a good choice. But then dogs, I mean, I understand why you would have a dog on a lonely island, because it can like help you
Yeah.
carrying stuff and can just be like also protecting you from all the wild cats on this island. But still, I feel like when I'm walking like through the streets or something, when people have dogs, they're a lot of times kind of aggressive, it seems to me. I think like people have just not understood that this animal can't be domesticated, because it's just still, it feels so many times such a wild animal. but it's so much into our lives already. I don't know, I just can't deal with that a lot of times. And when there's a dog on one side of the street and it's a bigger dog and it's not on the leash and I'm running or doing something that could attract attention, then I'm most likely to cross the street.
Yeah, I think it's about how you act. Like if you are acting very friendly, and the dog will know that, and they will sense it. Like they will sense the atmosphere. They were in the nature like long time ago, and they have this kind of characteristic to sense how you feel. Like if you are friendly, and if you are afraid of them, they will think there is something you want to hide from them, and you are not probably a good friend to them. They will think it's the enemy's behavior, and by the nature they just want to bark at you, or they want to warn their master that you are not probably a very trustworthy guy or something
Right,
like
so
that.
it's all about like body language and gestures and everything, but I can't read my minds, right? Because
Yeah.
when I think, oh, I hate this dog is not going to be angry at me because he can't read my mind. He just sees that I'm behaving like protection mode or something.
I mean, it's like this. What if you can be friendly? I mean, it's dog anyway. What do they know? They don't know nothing.
Do you think all types of dogs can be friendly, or are there types where you think this dog shouldn't be grown up in the city? Or it's just like kind of a wild...
Yes, of course. I mean, it's process that the wolves that are involved into the dogs. Some are involved like 100%. Some are just involved like a little bit, maybe 30% or something. And there are a lot of dangerous dogs that you should not raise them in the city. I think that's it.
There was another, like when we talk about animals, I mean there are millions of animals. Can you tell the story of the alpaca farm?
Oh, alpaca farm. I love alpaca.
We agreed that everyone loves alpacas.
Of course.
Nothing bad can ever be said about an alpaca.
Of course.
So you went to southwest Estonia.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
I mean, I just went there and I saw the alpacas. They were very, very cute animals, and at least they looked very cute. I don't know, but they were kind of shy actually. So you went there and you fed them some carrots,
Oh yeah. Do they only eat carrots?
Yeah, I think they eat other stuffs, but carrots I just feed them. Like, it feels so good when we went there. And then I saw one mother alpaca give birth to one small alpaca.
Oh, you saw it live?
Yes, I saw it live, like the whole process, but you cannot get closer because it's like the mother will be very protective, and also other alpacas will be very protective, and they will surround the mother alpaca.
Yeah.
And you actually couldn't see many things.
What do you want to see?
It's interesting someone gave birth to something.
Do you think, I have a question for you that's kind of topic related. If you get to know a girl that lives with an alpaca or a girl that lives with a dog, and it's like the same girl, just as a kind of experiment, for which girl would you decide?
It's the same girl.
Yeah, like, just like a thought experiment.
Yeah, I think I could deal with both, and it's most likely the alpaca girl will have a dog. And the dog girl, of course, will not have an alpaca. So maybe the alpaca girl.
Yeah, maybe I would also revision my decision when the girl has an alpaca.
Yeah, alpaca is fun.
I don't know, having a dog is like... I mean, it's not that I would... I mean, I'm not one of those guys, because I know also those guys exist, that put like some toxic on the ground and the dog will eat it and the dog is like toxicated and dies. I'm not such a dog hater. I just try to avoid them.
Yeah, I mean,
don't
it's not so bad thing. I don't know, maybe you have been through something in your childhood or something.
I don't know, I just remember that we had a dog when I was younger and the dog's name was Easy. We had it like not so long, we just got it from the, I don't know how this is called, like the place you have in like bigger cities where they put a lot of homeless dogs and you can go there and take it. We bought it, or we just took it from there, but the dog had some problems with his mouth, some illness, and very quickly we had to give it back, which is such a sad story.
Yeah.
It was like a homeless dog, but I mean I was young, I didn't know, so I don't know, and I have exactly no memories to this dog, just that it was black, little, and it was there.
How old were you?
I don't know, I think I could walk, maybe I could talk. Maybe I was 5 or 6. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
have a very good memory. I cannot remember anything from my 6.
Yeah, we also had a...
Actually, I got bited by dogs,
Oh,
like when I was a child.
where?
Like at home, I were playing with the dogs, my aunt's dogs, and like one of them, and I just got bitten by
In your arm or leg? Or?
in my leg.
Oh,
And, like,
do you have a scar?
no, I don't have a scar. It's very small, like bite, because I think I irritated him, because I like trying to ride on him like a horse.
That's what people do. But this is interesting. The dog has bitten you, and you are now a dog lover, whereas the dog hasn't bitten me, and I'm a...
Maybe it's
Like-
my fault.
Yeah, but like it turned... I mean, you're not like... have kind of a fear of dogs now. I don't know, you just overcame. Because after the bite, you probably were afraid.
Actually not, I think. It's just, I know, I mean, he's like a member of the family, and you don't really feel something. You're afraid of the dog.
What was his name?
Hua Hua.
Hua Hua?
Yeah.
If you understood it, leave it in the comments below. We also had a kind of a hamster, which I think we had just from it's so long ago. I think my cousin or something gave us a hamster. Not sure why it happened, but then also the hamster died. Not because we didn't feed him or her. I don't know. It just died. It was very tragic.
Why?
I don't know. I think I was also pretty young. I just remember one day it was just dead. I don't think it was old or something.
Maybe our parents didn't tell you about it. Maybe he got hit by some cars.
Yeah, a hamster hidden by a car.
Who knows?
There's not many cars in my flat. But what I really want to have in the future is like this kind of, I think we talked about it, the mixture from an aquarium and I'm not sure if this is English, riparium, which is like a huge glass box where you have water in it with fish.
Yeah.
And then you have like a little beach and then like a little plant nature side with some lizards and stuff living on the land. So you have kind of like both, which I think is fantastic. And it's just this huge thing in your living room, and it replaces television and pictures and everything, and just sit there every evening drinking wine and watching it.
Yeah, it's more like a cartoon or something for you, I think,
Yeah,
rather than some pets.
yeah.
It's just some like pictures that can move.
But I don't know what it is with this like kind of underwater thing that you always... That's, for me it's so cozy. Maybe because I'm from the seaside. But I don't know, like an aquarium, I think it's fantastic. I love these fish that are like on the glass of the aquarium cleaning it.
Oh,
You know,
those
they're like...
cleaning fish.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have this when I was young. Like we call it garbage fish.
garbage fish.
Yes, it's very interesting. I like them.
Mhm. We have mostly talked, maybe we can actually... We have mostly talked about animals you could actually have at home. Is there an animal that fascinates you that just can't be held at home? Like it lives in the nature, out in the nature?
Oh, in the nature, that could be dangerous.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm fascinated with like bears and stuff.
No, not at all. Not big fan.
Okay, what about lions, snakes, spiders?
No. They are so like attractive.
But you said to me that you like spiders.
Yeah, out of some pity, because like everyone don't like them, but they actually catch the insects, catch mosquitoes, catch flies, and they are good insects. They are not.
They do, but isn't this true that you like eat in an average lifetime 8 spiders during sleeping?
Yeah, maybe they just slip in my mouth. Who knows?
Isn't this idea disgusting?
No,
I
it
don't
is. It is disgusting, of course.
I'm still, if I see a spider in the room, I just want to burn the house. And I know from the news that there have been cases where people burned their house because there was a spider in it.
Oh, that's not good.
Like in some, like Texas or maybe, yeah, I've just been to Australia recently, but I haven't seen one of those huge spiders, which I'm very glad about. Because even if it wouldn't attack me, the picture of it would stuck in my mind. Do you have like such spiders in Shanghai?
No, not big spiders, just very small one.
That's good.
Yeah, like brown small one.
Fast ones.
Yeah, I think they move fast.
Do you know this insect that basically looks like the spider with the little body and the long thin legs, but it can fly?
I think I have seen it. Or I
This is like... ooh.
Yeah, when I was a child, I was always afraid of spiders. Sometimes they just, I just got this kind of fear that they have bitten me, and I just cannot get it out of my mind.
Yeah.
I was afraid all the time. Some spider was on my skin, and I thought he bite me. So
But he didn't.
he didn't, but I just thought he was biting me, and I was like trying to scratch my skin to get the poison out of it.
Oh.
I was very, very afraid of them.
But you're not talking about a mosquito.
No mosquito, just spiders. And
The mosquitoes is like... As I've been in Kuala Lumpur, there was like this kind of... My friend said to me that every fourth mosquito is potentially transmitting malaria.
oh,
And I think it was malaria. And those mosquitoes transmitting malaria were like black and white, whereas the other ones were just... And then once we had like such a mosquito in the car, and it's like for me so scary, because where I'm from there are no animals that can kill you, only humans. so I don't know, I was always like, mosquitoes... I have a bad relationship with mosquitoes. I think my relationship with animals generally is rather so. I don't know. I think I'm more like the guy that goes into zoos. Even though I have to say that if I have to confess something, that zoos should be kind of forbidden as well, I guess. The idea behind this is not generally bad, but when I look at the zoo in my hometown or something, they're really trying to develop it, but there are so many animals that live in weird conditions, and not all of the animals there are endangered species. Because I think this was the idea of a zoo, that they get like animals that are close to fully disappear and then try to reproduce them.
I think the idea is they put them together so they can attract the tourists.
Yeah, but I think there's like one economical idea and one environmental idea.
I don't think there is any environmental idea behind it. But if there is some endangered animals, then I think the idea is mostly economical.
But isn't it then so sad? Do you like going to zoos?
I don't know, maybe sometimes it's good to have a zoo, because if you don't overthink about it, then the child, they are not so accessible to the nature. They can go to zoo instead to feel the animals, to get in love with animals, of course.
Yeah, but when I look like how the zoo is like kind of... when I look at the zoo in my hometown, it's always like, we're treating the animals right and stuff, we're doing the best for them, but wouldn't they then just bring the animals back to where they're from? Like back to the nature and some nature reservoirs and stuff? So they can just live there instead of like having a polar bear there. I don't know, it's just insane for me. I mean, a polar bear living in this kind of longitude of the world. And even if a polar bear is going to die out, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the polar bear doesn't really think, it's the human who are thinking.
Yeah.
It's not like the animals they are thinking. They don't even know they are polar bears. They are just something that is like motivated by some emotions and hormones. They don't really think anything.
But I'm thinking, and probably this is something you like this kind of idea of nature as God, also called pantheism. Like when you think nature will just solve all problems itself. So if the polar bear is dying out, then there's a reason for it. If there's global warming, then there's a reason. It's just like when a human gets ill, there's a reason for it, because he has to rebuild his immune system. So maybe the earth has to do the same kind of thinking.
Yeah, maybe there is some like circulating system behind it, but sometimes it's just out of luck. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's just out of luck.
Yeah.
It's not like this world is built perfectly. Sometimes it will goes into danger itself.
And I guess then it's necessary, and there's no zoo or whatsoever.
Yeah, I
Can't
think a
stop it.
zoo can be a good thing. I mean, if people don't really overthink about it.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it as a child, but just the concept, you see the small cages and everything, and like the monkeys living in small, I don't know, I mean, it's just so painful.
Yeah, it's like the zoo is like how people treat animal is most likely to be an extension of people's daily life. It's like about the moral standards that is between people, not between like it's an extension like the relationship.
What do you mean by extension? Can you elaborate a bit more?
Like you don't want to keep the animals in the zoo. It's like an extension of the people's understanding of freedom. Like the freedom is mostly, of course, like it should be every man should be free, and then it will be extended to the extent that the animals should also be freer.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this. It's like some people will argue like eating dogs should be acceptable because people are eating any other animals, like they are eating pigs, they are eating cows. Why not eat dogs? But the problem is like there are so many people that in the advanced civilization they are not eating dogs. So this is already a moral standard, and the moral standard is not like rational at all.
Yeah.
The moral standard should be like, it's actually a very emotional stuff. There is no logic behind it. It's just a lot of people are doing this, and then they started thinking like, okay, I should not eat dogs. It's like this. So some backward civilization, they are just like, you know.
Yeah, I know it like from urban architecture discussions that when people ask how should we evaluate the right of animals and nature, like how should they be held and treated and in the city, or how should we plan that we don't destroy parks and everything? But then the idea of rights itself is a human thing.
Yeah, it's a human thing.
And
animals don't understand.
Yeah, animals
nothing.
just exist and live, and we think what rights should they have?
Of course, I mean the nature. What do they think? They don't even know they are dogs when before people calling them. You know.
Yeah.
Every stuffs are named by human, not by animals.
Yeah. So I think this is a good conclusion, a good final word. Something you want to add?
I mean, just be like still think although animals are not, they are of course they are stupid if you want to say that they are stupid compared to human. But you know, if we want to show our human standard, like the moral stuff and our like freedom and this kind of things, we should really care about animals as an extension of human standards.
Yeah.
Not because animal itself. So don't go so crazy, but just just do something, but don't go so crazy.
All right, thank you. So guys, this concludes today's episode. If it was a bit windy, it's because we are sitting in our lovely courtyard, which we just, let's say, I discovered it and you rediscovered it yesterday, that you can actually sit here and enjoy everything, the nature. Let's say nature, like inner city nature is not like, it's like 2 trees around us, it's like full nature. And yeah, tune in for next time. I don't know about the topic. I also don't know with whom I'm going to talk, but I guess it will be exciting. If you like this or any other of my conversations, leave a subscription and you know how this works. Bye bye.
Bye bye.